Watch how she talks about her friends. Watch how she talks about her boss. Watch how she talks about her mom, her brother, her dad. If she's talking shit on anybody, guess what she's doing when you're not around, bro? Tendo, she's talking shit about you. That's right, Theodore Roosevelt. Because anybody who's gossiping to you is gossiping about you.
Welcome to the Unapologetic Man podcast. The only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. And today, boys, we are going to talk about 10 sneaky questions to ask girls to find out how loyal they're going to be to you. Because honestly, this is an important thing, right? You don't want to get some girl that's spreading it all over town. She's on the pole. Her vagina has seen more action than a New York subway station. No, we want a girl who's going to be loyal. And there's sneaky questions we can ask her to kind of find out about what her moral stance is, how she lives her life, what her intentions are, specifically with dating you. And this is really important, guys. In fact, you should literally have your standards written out about what you will and will not accept in a woman. Because when you get into that selector mentality, you become the prize, as I always talk about on this podcast. You go into the interaction thinking, is she good enough for me? Rather than going into the interaction thinking, am I good enough for her? Remember, she's the one submitting the application. You're the prize. You're the hot chick. And you need to see if this girl is good enough for you. And here's some sneaky questions that I actually stole from some of my girlfriends who asked this to guys to see what their intentions are. Now, obviously, when it comes to women, they're more concerned about whether or not they're just going to use them for sex. They want to see if they're interested in a long-term relationship. What I did is I switched them. I adjusted them to screen for loyalty. Because the last thing we want is, again, a girl who's on the pole, a girl who's spreading it all over town. Let's get into the content, boys. And by the way, stay until the very end. My last two are absolutely phenomenal. And as I always do, gentlemen, I am going to over-deliver by actually giving you 15. So let's go ahead and get started. Number one, this is the question you can ask her. What are you looking forward to in the next 6 months? Now, based on what somebody's looking forward to in the next 6 months, and I might even pose that question to you, I can tell a lot about what your intentions are, what you're looking to achieve or looking to avoid. So if she's saying, I want to travel all over the world, I want to be free and live in hostels, you'll know that perhaps she's not girlfriend material. Perhaps this isn't somebody you want to settle down with, but instead this is somebody who you could just have a fling with. So what are you looking forward to in the next 6 months? Really good question. Number two, how do you usually spend your weekends? Now, what this reveals is kind of her routine. Is she going out at night? Is she clubbing? Is she going on dates? So if she kind of avoids that question, kind of doesn't feel comfortable answering it, meanwhile, you're seeing her on Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, you're on her Instagram page, and she's up in the nightclubs literally every fucking weekend, you can know that perhaps her loyalty might be in question. A girl who keeps going to the nightclubs, even when you guys are together, like consistently, is a huge red flag. Why do you think most girls like to go to nightclubs? Do you think because it's the good music? Possibly. Do you think it's because they like to dance with their friends? Yeah, that's a big reason. But do you also think it's because they like attention from guys? And why is it when it's 14 degrees out, she's going out in a mini skirt and freaking heels because she wants to get checked out? So if she gets a boyfriend and she keeps wanting to go to the nightclubs, huge red flag. I question her loyalty outright just based on that. Now, don't get it twisted. Some girls can be loyal, still going to the nightclubs. I mean, Marissa and I still go to nightclubs, and I know she's not cheating on me, but it's like, how often is it, right? So when you ask her, what do you do on the weekends? Gives you a good clue in. Number three, what was your last relationship like? Watch for bitterness. Watch for her talking shit about her ex-boyfriend. And something else, boys, something I didn't even write down in here is watch how she talks about her friends. Watch how she talks about her boss. Watch how she talks about her mom, her brother, her dad. If she's talking shit on anybody, guess what she's doing when you're not around, bro? Tendo, she's talking shit about you. That's right, Theodore Roosevelt. Because people who talk shit about you too. Anybody who's gossiping to you is gossiping about you. So look out for that. Huge red flag. Next question, what's something you're working on improving in yourself? I want a girl who's into self-development. I want a girl who's trying to get to the next level. So if she's not working on improving herself, Really, where is her moral capacity? Where is her drive to become a better person, a more trustworthy person, a person with honor? If she's just kind of flowing through life like a fart on the breeze, that makes me kind of question who she is, what she is, and where she's going. That's a red flag for me if she's not working on herself. When was your last serious commitment? This is more of a question that girls would ask dudes, but it's worth asking. And by the way, guys, don't ask these like rapid fire. Be like, all right, young lady, sit down. I got my clipboard here. When was your last commitment? Okay, now how many dicks did you suck a day during that? All right, good. And did you cook for the guy? How often did you cook? Did you make that casserole? All right. You're not interviewing her, right? It's not an interrogation. You pepper these in. If the conversation goes into relationships, like she's talking about her friend Amy and how she just got broken up with, you could be like, oh, dude, that sucks. It always sucks to get broken up with. When was your last relationship? You can get the information by slipping it in to those times when it's justifiable to do so based on the conversation. Do you think a partner should change your life or fit into it? I love this question because if she thinks a partner should change her life, and this is going to tell you a lot, then she's going to change you. Did you guys listen to my episode probably like 2 years ago where I was dating this super fine Ukrainian chick and she started changing me slowly but surely? Suddenly she had me doing the coif haircut where it's like parted on the side and fucking coiffed over the top. Then she had me wearing these like collared shirts with buttons in the front. Next thing I know, I'm wearing fucking Dockers. And finally I'm wearing boat shoes. And she's like, she turned me into a fucking Nantucket boat guy before I even knew what was happening. That's because in her opinion, a boyfriend should change your life, not fit into it. What do we want, boys? We as the Unapologetic Man Army, the fucking silverbacks, we want a girl to fit into our life. We are not changing. We want a girl to better us, yes, but we're not going to change to suit her, nor should you try to change a woman. You should settle down with a woman who fits naturally. You accept her for who she is. You love her unconditionally. That's right, bro. I said it. And you move forward together as a team. I love Marissa unconditionally. Even though she literally thinks that genders can kind of be fluid, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, I love her unconditionally. She believes that. Hey, I could see it's important to you to believe that, Marissa, so I'll let you go ahead and believe that. That's the vibe, right? Eventually, you're going to have to accept your woman for who she is. I also have a rule that says 93% is perfection. If she's 93% there, which Marissa I'd say is probably 96% there, maybe 97, then that's a good woman for you to settle down with because no one's going to be perfect. Not even little Marissa with her perfect ass and perky ass titties and her belief system and fucking gender fluidity. Like, what? Are you high? And we get in arguments and I'm like, you know what? Go ahead and believe that. Go ahead and believe. Do you believe like a dude can turn into a dog for half the day and then a woman for the other half and then wake up the next day as a dude? Like, is that really what you believe? Okay, I'm afraid I can't help you with that. So if she's trying to change you, trying to change your beliefs, trying to make you wear the fucking Dockers and the boat shoes, big time red flag. Number 7, awesome question. How do you usually handle conflict? How do you usually handle conflict? We'll show you how she handles conflict, right? Is she argumentative? Is she trying to get one up on the person? Or, and this is the way you should handle conflict, you should be fair and generous in conflict. And I'll tell you this, boys, huge secret of life that took me 48 years to figure out. Most of the time in conflict, it's nothing but what? A misunderstanding. You misunderstood what she said. She misunderstood what you said. You guys are fighting. You just don't communicate well. Language is limited. We don't always fully understand what they meant, especially over texting or like email. Horrible, dude. Miscommunication is the number one cause of conflict. So how does she handle conflict? Does she talk about it? As Marissa and I do. Whenever we're fighting, we're like, all right, let's talk about it. What did you see happen there? And every time I'll tell you, it's always a miscommunication. She's like, oh, I thought you meant this. Like literally last night, we had like a little squabble. She was mad at me. I'm like, why are you mad at me? And she's like, you were making fun of me because a dude said this and this. I'm like, no, what I was saying was this, this, and this. Simple miscommunication. Number 10, what does loyalty mean to you? Just ask her outright. Hey, what does loyalty mean to you? Does it mean doing what's convenient, like cheating behind his back and saying, hey, I'm not cheating on you? Although she may not admit this, you can get a big clue into people's psychology when you ask them, what does loyalty mean to you? To me, it means never talking shit about my girl, always having her back, never cheating on her. Although I'm sure you guys would be curious to know what our arrangement is with Marissa and I. I can flirt with girls. I can get them attracted to me. Sexual stuff, I'm going to prefer to keep that between her and I. But we have an arrangement and I will never fucking break it. That's what loyalty means. If Marissa were standing here watching me, would what I'm doing be acceptable to her? That's the question. So if she answers, when you ask her the question, what does loyalty mean to you? If she answers something serious, it means acting in a way that I would be comfortable acting if he were watching me. That's the correct answer. If, on the other hand, she's kind of wishy-washy or she's like, what does loyalty mean? Which surprisingly, a lot of girls might ask you. I actually have this friend from Afghanistan. She came here as a refugee. She's like 23, met her in a nightclub. She's like, most people in America don't even know where Afghanistan is. They're like, is that in Europe? It sounds like a sweet ski town. Seriously, guys, like some people are really fucking dumb. So you're like, what does loyalty mean to you? And she's like, well, you mean the McDonald's loyalty plan? Well, it means I can get a free French fry if I order 2 Big Macs and a fucking sundae. No, you idiot. It means doing what you say you're going to do, not cheating on the person, being a man of honor, and yes, being a woman of honor. Next one is, if you could have one thing right now, what would you pick? Relationship, money, or adventure? Self-explanatory, boys. How she answers will show you where her mentality is. Next one, would you rather have a partner who challenges you or comforts you? Now, this actually clues more into her masculinity versus femininity. A woman who's deeply in her feminine energy should want a guy who comforts her. A man who's deeply in his masculine energy should want a woman to support him, be his biggest cheerleader, be his teammate, and have his back. And yes, I would guess that would include challenging him in the way of pushing him to be better, but not challenging him in the way of put the fucking toilet seat down or clean off your underwear off the lampshade that you threw there last night before we went to Bone Town. It's challenging him in a way that ameliorates him. Women listening, the most important thing you can give a man is your support, being a cheerleader for him. And as I said in a recent episode, probably like 4 months ago, I recorded this, how to keep a man happy, give him sex regularly and blow his mind in the bedroom. If, as a woman, you give your dude sick duck, and if you don't know what sick duck is, switch the S and the D. If you give your dude sick duck every single day, you're keeping him for life. And as a man, the best way to be supportive to a woman is to adore her, but always adoring her just 80% of what she wants you to adore her, which goes into my 80-100 rule. Different podcast episode. If you know nothing about that, look it up. Super important rule. So that question, would you rather have a partner who challenges you or comforts you? We're looking for comfort. Number 12, you could say this, dude, my friend Amy just told me she cheated on her boyfriend. Isn't that crazy? And then leave it silent. Her reaction will tell you what she thinks about it. If she's like, oh my God, that's fucked up, tell her she's a bitch. Green light. If she's like, oh my God, that's so fucked up, are you going to help her lie about it? Red light. So you can throw out little lures to see how she reacts. Dude, my friend Dave just told me he robbed a bank and killed everyone inside. Isn't that dope? She's like, hell yeah, dude. Let's get with Dave and do that next time. Red flag, boys. Robbing the bank and smoking everybody. Not a good idea. 13, have you ever gotten bored in a relationship and started talking to someone else? So you could be like, all right, Amy, I'm going to ask you a question. You got to be honest. Promise to be honest? She's like, yes, I promise. And you're like, you pinky swear? And she's like, yes, I pinky swear. And you're like, you do understand, Amy, that the pinky swear is a legally binding agreement recognized by the United States Supreme Court. You do understand that, right? And she's like, yes, I understand that. And you're like, okay, cool. Have you ever gotten bored in a relationship and started talking to someone else? Now, I believe, boys, once a cheater, always a cheater. If she's cheated or talked to other people, which is emotional cheating, she's going to do it to you. Rarely do people change unless they've had a big like come to Jesus moment. They felt horrible about it. I'm going to be honest with you. I've cheated on a couple ex-girlfriends. I don't do it anymore because I had the old Mark Sing come to Jesus moment, which basically means, dude, that fucking 15 minutes of joy ending with the 45-second orgasm so wasn't worth the guilt that I experienced by cheating on my girlfriend. So I'm not going to do it again. I ain't going to cheat on Marissa. I have more honor than a phalanx of Spartans, motherfucker, and it ain't going to happen. so you can get a clue into her when you ask that. Be honest now. Have you ever started talking to someone else? Now, the final two, boys, number 14 and 15, two of my favorites. Be honest. Have you ever kept a guy around just in case? Kept him in the dugout, kept him warming the seats on the fucking bleachers just in case your number one option didn't pan out and you wanted to bring in the secondary dude. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys. I tell you all the time to be dating tons of chicks, talking to tons of chicks. From quantity comes quality. So can I really hold it against a girl if she has a couple dudes in the dugout who are playing the B-rate player if the A-rate player doesn't work out? I can't really blame them. But at the same time, I can get a clue into their loyalty. If she's got dudes on the back burner, which most girls do, kind of have to question that, right? Because if one little thing doesn't work out, how do I know she's not going to go sleep with the dude in the dugout? And this is what the dude in the dugout's doing. He's like, oh my hell, I hope it doesn't work out with Chad so I can get into that ass. And he's a fucking orbiter orbiting her planet going, boop, 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 boop. Wait till I get in. And he's waiting around. Don't be that dude. The second you find out you're a B-rate player, stop contacting her. Push her away. Then soon you'll become the A-rate player. That's how to do it. And the last one, boys, would you date someone who cheated on their last partner? Let me ask you that question, bro, Tendo. Would you date someone who cheated on their last partner? I fucking wouldn't. Hell no, because that shows her loyalty. Guess what's going to happen? She cheated on him, and perhaps it was even with you, and this happened to me. She cheated on her boyfriend with me. Now she wants to be with me. But I'm like, I know exactly what's going to happen. She's going to cheat on me with the next dude. It's like a fucking staircase. She cheats on this guy, up to the next guy, up to the next guy, up to the next guy. Once a cheater, always a cheater. So when you ask her, would you date someone who cheated on their boyfriend? If she says yes, well, that's probably because she would do the same thing. So that puts in question her loyalty. So once again, boys, the 15 questions, let's go over them real quick. What are you looking forward to in the next 6 months? Number 2, how do you usually spend your weekends? Number 3, what was your last relationship like? Number 4, what's something you're working on, improving in yourself? Number 5, when was your last serious commitment? Number 6, do you think a partner should change your life or fit into it? I love that question. Number 7, how do you usually handle conflict? Is it with a sawed-off shotgun and a machete? Because if it is, you need to let me know right now. Number 8, who are you closest to right now? Oh, I didn't even mention that one. My bad, boys. All right, number 8, who are you close to right now? Her lack of intimacy, if she has nobody, shows a lot about her personality. If she's close to, say, a best friend, her mom, her sister, it's a big green flag. And by the way, you guys should say that you're close to your mom, even if you're not, because it's a huge green flag in the eyes of women. Number 9, if you could have one thing right now, what would you pick? Relationship, money, or adventure? Number 10, what does loyalty mean to you? It means the 7-Eleven loyalty card where I can get a free big gulp after I buy 15 burritos and a fucking pack of Hubba Bubba. No, boys, loyalty means being a man of honor, and yes, being a woman of honor. Number 11, what would you rather have, a partner who challenges you or comforts you? Number 12, my friend Amy just told me she's cheating on her boyfriend, and then get her reaction. Number 13, have you ever gotten bored in a relationship and started talking to someone else? You know the answer to that. Number 14, be honest now. Have you ever kept a guy around just in case? Be honest now, Amy. Have you ever kept a guy in the dugout just in case number 1 didn't work out? And you could saddle up that saddle bronc and ride him till the cows come home. Number 15, would you date someone who cheated on their last partner? For you boys, the answer is unequivocally no, because you are an absolute legend. All right, gentlemen, I do appreciate you listening. As a reminder, I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays, so please stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you in the next episode.